ready for the workday. As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. Federal agencies have issued new recalls affecting both food and medicine, including over 580,000 bottles of the blood pressure drug prazosin hydrochloride due to potential contamination with a cancer-causing chemical. Food recalls include California peaches for possible listeria contamination, as well as parsley and chicken products over salmonella concerns. The recalls were announced by the FDA, USDA, Consumer Product Safety Commission, and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Companies involved, such as Teva Pharmaceuticals and Amerisource Health Systems, issued voluntary nationwide recalls to protect customers. 2 federal judges in Massachusetts and Rhode Island ruled Friday that the Trump administration must keep funding SNAP, the nation's largest food assistance program, during the government shutdown by using emergency reserves. The decision allows the administration to decide whether to fund the program partially or fully for November. The USDA had planned to halt SNAP payments on November 1st. The Kendall County Sheriff's Office received a federal grant for the 2026 fiscal.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, rain showers after 11 p.m. with cloudy skies and a low around 48. Gusty winds with speeds up to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, isolated rain showers after 3 p.m. with mostly sunny skies and a high near 62. Currently, it is 50 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome in to another hopefully fun-filled froggy edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Holy Smurf. I know we've been talking off the air before we went on, but man, it just seems like my voice just took a total and complete nosedive.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a crackle there.
Yeah, a little bit of a crackle. And that voice that you are hearing with me in studio is Bob Mariner.
Howdy, folks. My poor Derrick over here had to take a night off.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a word of the wise out there for all you listeners. We do have the holiday season fast approaching. And, take care of yourselves. Drink your orange juice, maybe a little airborne, get that vitamin C in there. And if you need to take a day off, take your rest, because if Derrick went in last night, I don't think he'd be hearing his pretty voice today.
My pretty crackly voice today.
You're a darling.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to bring the energy. I'm trying to bring the mood and everything that I usually typically have here, but my goodness, over the course of the last 2 days, getting sick over the weekend, and then it really hitting me last night, like full force. Like, I felt like I was a walking zombie, and Halloween was last week.
Oh, we're happy
before that.
We're happy to have you back.
Well, I appreciate that. What do we got for the listeners today, Bob?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of NHL news, NASCAR news, NFL. Yeah, I mean, obviously sports. This is Big Top Sports. I think a record-breaking story just recently, Alexander Ovechkin, last night, makes NHL history, scoring his 900th goal in the NHL. Insane. Not surprising.
Yeah, so he already holds the record for most goals scored, beating the great one last season. And now he's actually hit the 900 goal plateau.
Yeah, so yeah,
that's pretty intense. That's pretty sweet.
That was April 6, 2025, where he scored his 895th goal to pass Wayne Gretzky's 894. And November 5th, 2025, he ends up scoring goal 900. I thought it was pretty cool, especially, I don't know if anybody here's seen goal 900. He receives a pass, is skating away from the net, and just a little backhand pass behind him, kind of almost a no look. He saw it while he was turning, just he buries this thing. He's truly one of the greats of the sport. I am happy to say I do have a game used stick of him back at my house.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's in safekeeping right there. That's locked up. I got the puck marks on the tape and everything, man. I had an old friend who used to be equipment manager over at the United Center, and some of these guys, the visiting teams, they leave their sticks, and if they don't go in the trash, they ended up over with me. At least 10 years ago.
Well, here, I think I have it. Or not. Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's do that again. So he gets the puck from behind the net. He able to circle around, gets the feed, and just, I mean, it was a no-look backhanded shot towards the net. It just happens to go in.
Well, you play hockey as long as he does. You kind of know. You kind of got that feeling.
He wasn't even looking.
He saw where the goalie was when he was making that turn. When he shot it, he wasn't looking, but that turn, he saw his opportunity and figured this is where I'm going to go. That's why he's the grade 8 right there.
Yeah.
I guess it was pretty cool to also see on social media, all the outpouring of love for him. Maybe 10 years ago, I wouldn't have liked Ovechkin as much, but
I still don't.
To see how great he's scoring, and blizzard in the Northeast some years back, there was a news piece where he was going around, he's shoveling out his neighbors' driveways and everything. You see a guy like that helping out in the community and also still scoring and everything, playing as long as he does. I see him going as long as Yager. I definitely say, You can see this guy score 1,000 goals in his career. Tony Hawk gave him a shout out on social media. He goes, "Welcome to the 900 Club." Yeah, of course, skateboarding a little different than hockey, but Mr. Tony Hawk, 900 degrees of rotation on the half pipe. He says, if you go past 1,000, maybe hit 1080, you're gonna have to talk to somebody else.
Hold on.
Well, and how about Jordan Binnington? That little rascal, goalie for the St. Louis Blues, the one who got the 900th goal scored on him. Ovechkin's number 900. Takes the puck, puts it in his pants, thinks he's being sly. Maybe he forgot that there's a million cameras on him. Right. And, of course, several seconds later, the official comes over and goes, "Hey, man, you got to give that up. We all saw that."
Yeah. Well, because that's going to be worth something. I mean, granted.
Oh, that was a joke the announcers are making. They're like, he was about to sell that for big money on eBay over here.
Yeah.
Jordan Binnington was also, he was quoted as saying, "Yeah, I figured basically had an assist on the goal there, turning the puck over. Didn't think he'd mind sharing. I had full intention of giving it back to him." They're all having fun. You like to see these guys have fun. But I also love, he's like, "Well, I had the assist. I turned the puck over." I'm like, yeah, I could appreciate that.
Yeah. Making fun of yourself, doing a bad thing, turning the puck over, helping your opponent score. I mean, and of all the players to turn the puck over to, it would be the Great Eight. I still can't. Oh. Every time I hear the Great Eight, I just think the Great Ape.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Lamar Jackson. I'd be like, "Hey, now."
Yeah, no.
he already sued for that. Come on. He tried to.
Yeah, no. It's and that's the thing about like hockey players that are different than in my opinion, that are a little bit more humble than, maybe say like football players or NFL players or NBA players. But, one thing is that they're still human. They still go through all their emotions and all of the like. And which, go from this story to the unfortunate story of, where is it? There we are. The unfortunate story of Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealon dying of an apparent suicide yesterday at the age of 24.
It's sad to see somebody that young go.
Yes.
And, I mean, young talent. I know, Dallas Cowboys haven't been the best team this season, but that doesn't mean anything. You're in the NFL. You're on the highest tier. The kid scored a touchdown last week on defense. I mean, that was a fluke of a play, but it's, what a stark contrast to go from, scoring a touchdown on defense in the NFL and 4 days later not being, on our mortal plane.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find, because I've got so many tabs open yet again. So basically what had happened is, if you don't already know this, so Nealon's girlfriend was in talks with police saying that her boyfriend was in a bad way. He had a gun. He was talking about, Marshawn Nealon's girlfriend called the police the night he died, according to audio obtained by People magazine, and this is from people.com. Nealon's girlfriend said that he was armed and had a history of mental illness. Nealon, 24, died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to the Frisco Police Department. And then, I'm not going to put any of the audio because there is audio obtained by TMZ with all this. I understand the whole notion of if it bleeds, it leads. And, that's kind of a Smurfy way of doing it, but for the ratings and everything. But for myself, I've spoken about this in terms of the issues that I've gone through probably the last 10 years or so. I'm lucky to be here. I was lucky to have people that reached out to me. I was able to make it through to the other side. And I'm not bringing it up against this, but because you never know what someone else is going through. I mean, you're taking this 24-year-old kid, and I don't care, you're still a kid.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, me at 24. Oof.
And you have absolutely no idea what he's going through. And you often hear the phrases, and then he turned the weapon on himself. And by that, I mean, it's like, well, he goes ahead and he kills or shoots 2 or 3 other people, then he kills himself. Fortunately, this was not the case. Unfortunately, he did commit suicide. And you just don't know because he was in, what was it? They played Monday night, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was the Monday night football game, wasn't it? Or maybe it was the Sunday night football game.
Well, you were sick, and I've been losing my losing my day and schedules over here. Let's see, Dallas Cowboys last game. Yeah, that was the Monday night.
Yeah, so and they were playing against?
They were playing the Cardinals.
Okay, so they lost against the Cardinals, but he was able to pick up a blocked field goal or blocked
punt. Got tossed into the end zone, and he was
Johnny
on it, man.
The spot, and he scored a defensive special teams touchdown. And you go from the high of playing in a Monday night football game, scoring a defensive turnover touchdown, to 2 days later, to being in the deepest, darkest place of your life, to where. So.
Well, I mean, it's
just sad.
How many more instances are we going to have to see like this in the NFL until more rule changes are made? I was having conversations about this already today. I mean, he's a D man. The guy's going up hard against other people. Yeah. The question comes to your mind. Is this concussion related, or this mental illness? As they say, he's had a history of mental illness, or at least that's quoted from his girlfriend. And like, this is not like a first time thing. And then you see the news of Antonio Brown breaking as well, who escaped to the Middle East and is now being brought back to the States and extradited to South Florida for second-degree murder charges. That guy, yeah.
Did he actually shoot the guy and kill him?
It's alleged. It's alleged, but he escaped a few months back to the Middle East. Nobody knew where he was, and it just broke today. They got him. They're bringing him back, and he will be tried. But, yeah, I think of that, and I'm like, he used to be a somewhat normal guy from what I've seen, and also, took a lot of hard hits, and, other people have known have been like, something changed. What is the NFL going to do? There could be anything that could happen. Are you going to start to require that everybody wears Guardian helmets? I mean, that's a good start for me. And I know maybe they don't look the coolest, but, if you're going to be saving lives over here, that might be a way to do it. I know a lot of people have been donating their brains. Well, not a lot, but there are some sports stars that are like, if I go, my brain's going to science. I brought it up, and I know it may be a little far-fetched, but hey, if you sign a contract with the NFL or maybe the NHL or something, maybe that's something that is part of that at some point, where when you do eventually pass, whether it be now or during a ripe old age, that your brain is going to go to science. We need to study the effects of these, continuous, repeated, hard collisions that are bruising your brain over here, because it definitely changes you. I mean, even with the suicide, I just want to say out there too, I'd say if anybody's ever had any problem, they say, I know your friends and your family always say there's somebody to talk to. It might be hard to talk to the people that you know. You could always call 988. That's the hotline for suicide, or if you just need to talk to somebody. And even on the website, if you just Google the 988 suicide prevention hotline, they're not going to send police officers to your door. Do not worry about being persecuted right away or anything. These are people who are looking to help you. We've all had hard times, and just remember, y'all got somebody who loves you, even if you don't think you do. There's somebody out there who just their world be ruined. So
yeah, there are outlets for that. And speaking of our outlet, we will be back on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports in the crackly voice of one Derrick Geyer. He's Bob Mariner. This is 1410 WRMN. Back in a few.
Systems run everything. Government, economy, media, justice. They shape your choices, your opportunities, your future. But do they work for you or against you? On Apolitical Talk Show, we break them down. Not to destroy, but to understand. Because if you don't see how the system works, you won't see when it's being manipulated or who's benefiting from it. Power belongs to those who know the rules, challenge the loopholes, and demand accountability. That starts with knowledge. That starts here. Join us weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. as we uncover what's really happening behind the headlines so you can decide for yourself what's fair, what's broken, and what needs to change. Apolitical Talk Show, breaking down the systems to build them up together. Right here, weekdays 4 to 6 on WRMN, the talk of the town. The road ahead can be unpredictable, but with the right partner, you're always moving forward. At Heartland Bank in Hampshire, we're with you. Every mile, every milestone. From savings to small business lending, we offer local decisions and personal service that gets you where you're going. Stop in at 819 Warner Street or call 847-683-4444. Heartland Bank, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
To Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I do apologize, everyone. I'm trying to fight this cold. I'm trying to do my job here on Big Top Sports.
You got it, Derek. You got it.
I am feeling Smurfy, not in a good Smurfy, more bull Smurfy, but that being said, that voice that you hear is Bob Mariner. We're going to be talking NASCAR at the bottom of the hour. So if you want to get your NASCAR fix, it was the final race of the season for NASCAR.
Yes, sad to say. I got to wait until February to watch another NASCAR race.
Sad but true.
Oh, yes. Oh, I mean, playoffs were fun, but yeah, if you ask the majority of the NASCAR community, it could have gone a little bit better for the sport.
Could have gone a little bit better for the sport, huh?
Yeah.
So before we went into that last break, we were talking about Antonio Brown. Former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown was extradited.
Correct, extradited. Yes.
Yeah, not extricated.
I got him in United Arab Emirates. So
yeah.
Where in the world was Antonio Brown? United Arab Emirates.
From Dubai to the United States on Thursday to face trial on an attempted murder charge related to a shooting earlier this year. The Miami Police Department confirmed Brown's extradition. Several videos on social media showed Brown getting into a fight with multiple people following matches at an Aiden Ross boxing event back in May. The popular streamer hosted a 10-match card sponsored by Steak, Kick, and Brand Risk Promotions. Easy for me to say right now.
There you go. Say that 10 times fast.
Nope. So one video showed Brown appearing to fight in the parking lot as a crowd moved towards the alley. Then a gunshot appeared. Can a gunshot really appear to ring out? You shoot a gun. I mean, it pops off. It doesn't appear. It just doesn't. I mean, whatever. I'm being petty here, but I mean, geez Louise. Sending spectators running in the opposite direction. And allegedly, Brown basically took the gun off of a security guard and went after the guy that he was involved with in the initial fight with. So he's coming back after being on the lam for about 6 months or so to stand charges and trial.
Yeah, maybe you don't run away to a place with that much money and glory and flash and fame. Yeah, Dubai's not really kind of known for people keeping a low profile.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'll never. But this also might be another instance of someone suffering from, CTE or some brain injuries because he's had a long NFL career. Regardless, you're listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Sky Rizzi. On Monday, the Trump administration said it would partially fund food aid payments in Illinois this month following court rulings requiring the government to keep the SNAP program running. The USDA had frozen payments over the weekend, citing the ongoing government shutdown. SNAP helps about 1 in 8 Americans. NBC News reports the administration will use $4.65 billion in contingency funds to cover roughly half of November's benefits. Officials say it is unclear how much the recipients will receive or when the funds will appear on their cards. The Aurora City Council is set to consider an ordinance that would bar Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents from using city property for immigration activities. The Rules Administration and Procedures Committee will review the proposal, which targets city-owned parking lots, buildings, and parks as staging or operational areas for civil enforcement. The ordinance also calls for documenting any unauthorized federal use of city property and sharing it with the Illinois Accountability Commission. Mayor John Leish says the measure aims to keep residents safe amid concerns about ICE activity in the community. The 2025 Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights will be held on November 28th. Santa and Mrs. Claus are set to make an appearance. The parade will step off from Centennial Beach and make their way through the downtown area. From Centennial Beach, they'll head east on Jackson before turning north on Webster. The parade will turn left onto Van Buren before coming to a close at Naper Elementary School. The Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights begins at 7 p.m. on the 28th. Microsoft announced Monday that it will ship more than 60,000 of NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips to the United Arab Emirates under a U.S. Commerce Department approved deal. The licenses allow the export of NVIDIA's GB300 Grace Blackwell chips for use in UAE data centers. The move comes despite President Donald Trump's recent 60 Minutes comment that such chips would not be sold outside the U.S., including China. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai, or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, rain showers after 11 p.m. with cloudy skies and a low around 48. Gusty winds with speeds up to 30 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Friday, isolated rain showers after 3 p.m. with mostly sunny skies and a high near 62. Currently, it is 52 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today to talk some NASCAR, it is the one, the only, Bob Mariner.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Let's go racing. And speaking of let's go racing,
they say every season comes down to one moment, one race, one final leg. Denny Hamlin chasing a championship dream, 20 seasons in the making.
60 wins is massive.
Chase Briscoe steps into a golden opportunity at Joe Gibbs Racing, hungry to seize his first title. Kyle Larson gunning for his second crown, solidifying his legend behind the wheel. William Byron chasing a boyhood dream, carrying the legacy of the iconic number 24. In the Arizona sunlight, under the championship heat, everything they've worked for comes down to this.
Time to get the season finale underway.
In the desert, under the roar of the engines and the weight of legacy.
Time to crown a champion.
This is the final leg.
And that was indeed the final leg of the NASCAR Championship, crowned in Phoenix for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. Courtesy of NASCAR on YouTube.com. So, what were your thoughts on this race, Bob?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm wearing my number 11 Denny Hamlin hat. You've heard me the past couple weeks. I've shown a lot of love for that guy. A lot of the NASCAR fan base has as well. They haven't normally in the past. As a driver who, when he does win, says, "Hey, I beat your favorite driver," all of them.
How you like me now?
Yeah, that's kind of how Denny Hamlin's always been. How you like me now? He enjoyed the booze, but after he got his 60th win at Vegas this year during the playoffs, and became a 6-time winner in this season, it was something special. You had a lot of the people who were rooting against him start to root for him. Denny Hamlin was insane during this race, leading not just a few, but like a lot of the laps. I believe that was 208, and he ended up leading during the entire race. It was pretty ridiculous. But that's the thing. You could be great the entire race. You can lead all these laps. You could have the fastest lap like Denny Hamlin did as well. 130.596 miles an hour on lap 287. But late stage cautions can throw everything into a tizzy over here, and that's exactly what happened. Denny Hamlin leading the majority of the race, one of the fastest cars on the track, doing great all day. Ends up having to take a late stage caution when William Byron cuts the tire and ends up getting into the wall, and that's when all these people pit. You have William Byron race for the championship, Denny Hamlin racing, Chase Briscoe, and Kyle Larson. Now, Briscoe had some problems earlier in the day, and Byron near the end of the race ends up cutting this tire, and you get to this last restart, people come in, they go to pit, and you can't really see what everybody else is doing at the same time. What ended up happening is on this last pit stop for overtime, Denny Hamlin took 4 tires. He viewed it as, I have the fastest car all day, and if I take 4 fresh tires at this point, I could take off on this restart, and I could get around everybody. Everyone else on this pit stop took 2 tires, meaning their pit stop was faster.
So let me ask you this question, because obviously I'm not big into NASCAR. I'm not big into Formula One. I'm not, any of that stuff. But do they not, how is it as far as changing 2 tires, 4 tires? Aren't there like individuals on each wheel or something?
Oh, you could only put up one side of the car at the time. So
okay.
You'll change your right side first. Jackman will drop the jack. You'll tighten up. You'll tighten up them tires, right. And then he's got to run the jack around to the other side to throw those on. So it does add on.
So maybe like
2.5, maybe 3 seconds.
2.5 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of difference right there.
That's how fast these guys are at like changing the tires.
If you ask F1 people, they're going to say that's slow.
That's slow.
But in NASCAR, I'm like, that's fast. But still, that 2.5, 3 seconds that can make the difference.
Well, that's an eternity, right?
Well, this late stage caution happens. Denny Hamlin had the lead. He took 4 tires instead of 2. If he took 2, who knows what would have happened? It woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe he wouldn't have come out of pit lane still in first place, maybe second or third, but taking those 4 tires, he ended up re-entering the race 9th place. Tried to take the low line on the restart. Because he was in 9th, he ended up getting caught behind some slower cars.
Yeah.
While the guy who won the championship, Kyle Larson, even though he did not get first place in the race, he was the guy who got the championship. He did end up finishing third. He took the high line, and with those 2 tires, he was able to find some grip, find a lane, and pull around to end up getting this. Now, Kyle Larson didn't have 6 wins on the season. He was okay, but he was consistent, and that's what the NASCAR playoff system right now really does kind of reward. It does reward consistency, but it's also the win and you're in near the end of this. And having a 1-race championship crowning race is what a lot of NASCAR fans were up in arms about. Across the 3 series, you had the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. In each series this year, you had somebody dominate
at the same racetrack.
Yes, correct.
Wow. Okay.
Championship race, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all happened at Phoenix over here.
Okay.
In the Truck
cool.
Series, you had Corey Heim, 11-time winner on the season, became a 12-time winner on the season, winning the championship race and winning the Truck Series.
Okay.
People love that. Yeah, a guy who dominated all year, deserved to win, takes the bottom line during the second to last restarts, going 7 wide, secures his victory. Yeah. Now when you go to the Xfinity, you have Connor Zilisch.
Now, when you say going 7 wide, that's 7 cars or 7 trucks. Like,
that's,
wide,
imagine a 7-lane highway, except, like 150 something miles an hour. So yeah, that's, the guy dove so low, his spotters couldn't even see him from the other side of the track. He was covered up by the wall. You rarely see 7 wide. You'll see people go 3 wide, 4 wide. People lose their mind. The announcers lose their mind when you see people going 4 wide. But, gotta say, Mr. Corey Heim pulled his Heim time out of his rear end and got himself Truck Series championship win. Win for NASCAR. I go, hey, here's a guy who crushed the season. He wins it. We go on to Saturday's race, Xfinity Series race, Connor Zilisch. Kid had 10 wins on the season. Absolutely lights out. Last season for him, full-time Xfinity Series. He's going on a Cup Series next year. He was that good.
Mm-hmm.
Heartbreak. Ends up losing the race to his best friend, Jesse Love. Show a lot of love for Mr. Jesse Love. But if anybody looks up Connor Zilisch after his Xfinity Series race this past Saturday, I've never seen such heartbreak in a young guy. Not only did he lost his only chance to win an Xfinity championship, he also did not score enough FIA points. By the way, FIA is the Federación Internacional de l'Automobile. It's a big international racing thing. They were going to allow Connor Zilisch to test out a hypercar in Bahrain this weekend. Because he did not win the championship, they said, so sorry, you didn't have enough points to test out this awesome car. That's the bigger heartbreak for me and in the way of Connor Zilisch is that the way NASCAR's been going right now with these numbers coming out, it's not like NASCAR's making too much money, but it's for the drivers, it's more you're paying to play, you're taking a loss on this. And for Zilisch to be able to test out these hypercars and maybe get into IMSA and some of these other things, he would actually be able to make money racing. So to see that taken away from him, that breaks my heart. And then with Denny Hamlin, once again dominating the season and not being able to close the door. Also, his father is extremely sick. He may be passing soon. This is probably the last time his dad was going to get to be able to see Denny Hamlin try to close out championship. And now he's even talking about maybe not racing next year. He hasn't commented officially. People have asked him in the news, and he goes, I'm not ready to talk about that yet. It's not a good sign when this guy's got a podcast every week. Actions Detrimental on Dirty Mo Media Network. Shout out to Dale Jr. But Denny Hamlin's podcast is great, and I don't blame him. No podcast Monday. Nothing on Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, nothing still today. And that's kind of like, the guy definitely poured salt in his wound. He was beside himself after that race. Can't believe he didn't win after leading that many laps. And then next day on social media, it was like, I went to Kyle Larson's championship party on Sunday night. I can't imagine that, having one of the seasons of your life and then going to hang out with the guy who jabbed you,
No, I couldn't imagine that at all. No, I really couldn't, because I know I could be a bit of I think I could say this. I know I could be a bit of a bastard as far as like,
South Park was saying that 20 years ago on TV. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, I know I could be a bit of a bastard when I'm playing sports and everything because the competitive juices, and because I freaking hate losing. I would relish in the defeat of my opponents. So yeah, complete and total.
Yeah, it's like Shorzy. It's like, I don't love to win. I hate to lose.
Yeah, exactly. And I would be talking maybe not so much, in high school or college, but man, in the beer league, softball leagues, forget about it.
Oh boy, you sound like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, pretty much. But let me ask you this question: who is the one that decided to take on the 4 tires? When Hamlin did come into pit, was it Hamlin himself?
No, that's the crew chief.
It was the crew chief.
That is the crew chief. I mean, hindsight's 20/20.
Without a doubt.
I agree. I agree with the call to put 4 tires on this car. The way he was driving all day, and everything that I've seen in NASCAR, I'm like, this guy's car was dominant. You got a great driver. You got a great car. You put those 4 tires on, you can get out and around. He just got caught in the rat's nest. Unfortunately, if he had clean air, cool. I mean, there's also been some speculation. I was listening to Door Bumper Clear, another Dirty Mo Media podcast, on the way in today, and they were even speculating that if Hamlin had stayed out because he was running so fast, and he was 3 seconds ahead already, that might have even won the race for him.
Could have just picked up an extra lap even in like caution time, right?
So yeah, NASCAR hit 1 for 3 this weekend. They got lucky with, the one of the guys who killed it actually win the championship. So now is the next fun thing to look out for in the next few months is NASCAR going to change their playoff format? Before is, you had a round of 16, 3 races, round of 12, 3 races, you want elimination, round of 8, 3 races, down to the round of 4, 1 race. A lot of people say that's not fair to have a 1-race championship. So the projected format for next year would be a 3-3-4. So you have a round of 12, 3 races. The next 8 move on.
Right.
For another 3 races. That's a round of 8. And then you'd go on to a 4-race round of 4. That way, you'd be able to even it out a little bit more. I think that would be fair. I would like to see something like that.
Well, you know a little bit more than I do as far as that would go, and as far as like the format. As far as that goes, excuse me, belching up my
that would be a 10
drink.
race. That would be a 10 race playoff then, and I'd be completely okay with that. Well, let's see what I got over here.
But it would still be a point system, wouldn't it? Even if they go into like the final races, for the championship. So if it is a 3 or 4 race format, then whoever finishes the best out of those 4 races would obviously be the champion.
Oh, and this would be interesting. So you'd have, let's say the very last 4 races then for next season would be Phoenix Raceway, where the championship normally is now. It has been for the past couple seasons. But that would be the first of the last 4 races. Going into Talladega, where I just recently returned from. So great. You got a pretty big track. You got one of the biggest tracks. Then you got Martinsville Speedway. That would be, leading in November. Ending with Homestead, Miami. And I love Homestead, Miami. I think that's where...
Is that an actual track, or is that a race?
That is a track, and I believe that's where the playoffs should be held every year. I think that's kind of like right in the middle.
Why there as opposed to Phoenix?
There are some cars that have gotten to practice at Phoenix more than others. They've been invited to test, whether it been from a manufacturer or somebody else, or Goodyear, and we want to test these new tires, or we want to test out, the new engine or the new brakes we're going to do. So they will do tests at certain tracks. Phoenix is one of those. I think some people get more practice than others. Homestead, Miami, I think is just a real fun track, really kind of uniform. And a lot of people, it's a matter of how close can you ride the wall at Homestead, Miami. So, I mean, air is always, people would say Dale Earnhardt used to be able to see the air. You need to know how air works with NASCAR. And Homestead, Miami, you get close enough to the wall, you create this little cushion of air between your door and the wall, and it's almost kind of like a slip and slide, and helps you just maybe gain like a tenth or tenth and a half of a second. And if you start doing that every lap, great. It makes for great racing because you see people getting maybe like half an inch within this wall. Well, you're also playing with fire at that point because that could be your day.
Yeah, and maybe your life too.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see that happen. 4-race playoff. I think that's more fair.
So, but this is just in the theoretical stages right now, right?
Oh, I mean, I'm looking at NASCAR's. I'm looking at their website right now, and they already have NASCAR Cup Series playoff race marked for October 18th over here.
Okay.
I haven't seen any official articles yet saying, yes, this is the way we're doing it. Once again, I mean, NASCAR's always kept stuff close to the sleeve, and you hear a little of this and a little of that, and it's always kind of hard to find what's real and what's not with them. I honestly do believe, though, we are going to see a 3-3-4 playoff format next year. The fans are up in arms about it. If Corey Heim didn't win the Truck Series, they would be a non-issue. It wouldn't even be a question. NASCAR probably would have already come out and made a statement being like, yeah, out with the old, in with the new.
Okay.
But yeah, that's something to watch out for in the next couple of weeks. Will Denny Hamlin return to racing? I know he's still got a contract through next year. Joe Gibbs Racing. I guess that depends on what shakes out with this lawsuit that 2311 is throwing up against NASCAR and how he just feels about the sport, probably what goes on with his family life as well. Like I said, his dad is ill, and I don't know. That's a lot of what guys will do in sports is for their father sometimes. I don't know. It sounds cliche and stuff, but if anybody's watched the Dale Earnhardt documentary, that's why Dale raced. He said his dad, he's like, he didn't really get any love from his dad unless he was racing the car. And that's why he devoted his life to racing cars, and like his father did. And he's like, that's when I knew my dad would be proud of me. I don't know if there's something like that with Dennis Hamlin, but oof, it was a tough one. Believe me, he won me over. I was not a fan of this guy a couple seasons ago, and now I'm wearing his hat. I named my car after him. My car is called the Hamster now. I don't think anybody else calls him the Hamster. But that's what I call him.
There's something you want to tell me here?
No, he's got these cute little buck teeth.
Oh, okay.
Like a cute little hamster, you know?
Gotcha.
And I drive a Toyota. Denny Hamlin drives a Toyota.
Okay, fair enough.
Or at least now.
We've got a caller on the line. We're going to go to the caller. Hello, caller. What is your name, and what are you calling about?
It's just Jeff.
Hello, just Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
How you guys doing? Hey, thanks for bringing the racing in, too. I mean, no, but I agree with you there on Denny Hamlin. You know, okay, I'm an old-time racer, so I'll go way back, but I still say the old format was just as good, if not better, than the new format, which was whoever at the end of the day won the most races won the championship.
I agree with you. I missed that Winston Cup.
Well, when Dale Earnhardt was running, and nobody had a problem with it. All right. Now, because, of course, he's not there, and some of the other guys like Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace and, I mean, Harry Gant. I mean, okay, so all the new people, because they're pulling for Chase Elliott or
He just won the most popular driver as well. Once again, I don't know how Chase Elliott won most popular driver. He's got zero personality.
Well, I'm into all racing. Okay, the drag racing, the NASCAR, IndyCar. The one I like the most, actually,
funny car,
is the IMSA. IMSA, which is the 24-hour Daytona, and the other ones.
Okay.
That's a little bit harder to do. I love road races. The stupid round and round stuff. Everybody going left is stupid. You know, to me, I'm going to knock people that are in NASCAR. They're not stock cars anymore. They're glorified. I drove one. I mean, when I was growing up as a kid, I wanted to race cars, and I had a chance to go to school, and I did all that.
Yeah, it used to be a National Association of Stock Car Auto Racing. You used to have to sell a certain number of cars to the general public in order for that car to be entered in a NASCAR race. And now it's, I know they're racing, They're racing their Camaros and their Camrys and such, but that's not the same car you go and buy at the dealership.
Yeah,
got about a minute.
If you look at them, they're sitting there. If you put them side by side, the stock car is actually wider, but it's shorter. So they're not the same size as today's cars. So there's a lot of issues. If you didn't see it with all the paint job on it and stuff, people would go,
Yeah, there's somewhere driving
anyway.
from the back to the front, Jeff. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys do a great job. Thanks for bringing the racing in. And if I can contribute, I'll be glad to. But you guys are doing a great job. I always buck Derrick. It sounds like he needs to. You sound like you need to help him out tonight.
Oh, he needs a cup of tea. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, take care of yourself, Derrick. I'll listen to you guys. I get off. Thanks.
Hey.
Thanks, Jeff.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Jeff.
you calling in. So, yeah. The other thing that I kind of wanted to get into, before we went to the break, well, now the break is coming up, but that's all right. On the other side, talking about the X23?
Yeah, 2311 Racing.
Yeah, 2311 Racing, because that did just start going, and apparently the judge gives a favorable ruling to Cup teams as NASCAR lawsuit trial takes shape.
Don't mess with MJ, baby.
Yeah, don't mess with MJ. He's got enough chips on his shoulder already, and even though he's a billionaire, well, it's kind of the reason why he's a billionaire, isn't it? He just doesn't take no guff from anyone else, and he wants to get it done his way.
That's the GOAT, baby.
Yeah, it is the GOAT. You are currently not listening to the GOAT, Derrick Geyer, on Big Top Sports. Here on WRMN with this horsey throat. We'll be back in a matter of minutes.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Cintas. The Aurora City Council is set to consider an ordinance that would bar immigration and customs enforcement agents from using city property for immigration activities. The Rules Administration and Procedures Committee will review the proposal, which targets city-owned parking lots, buildings, and parks as staging or operational areas for civil enforcement. The ordinance also calls for documenting any unauthorized federal use of city property and sharing it with the Illinois Accountability Commission. Mayor John Leish says the measure aims to keep residents safe amid concerns about ICE activity in the community. The 2025 Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights will be held on November 28th. Santa and Mrs. Claus are set to make an appearance. The parade will step off from Centennial Beach and make their way through the downtown area. From Centennial Beach, they'll head east on Jackson before turning north on Webster. The parade will turn left onto Van Buren before coming to a close at Naper Elementary School. The Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights begins at 7 p.m. on the 28th. Microsoft announced Monday that it will ship more than 60,000 of NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips to the United Arab Emirates under a U.S. Commerce Department-approved deal. The licenses allow the export of NVIDIA's GB300 Grace Blackwell chips for use in UAE data centers. The move comes despite President Donald Trump's recent 60 Minutes comment that such chips would not be sold outside the U.S., including China. On Monday, the Trump administration said it would partially fund food aid payments in Illinois this month following court rulings requiring the government to keep the SNAP program running. The USDA had frozen payments over the weekend, citing the ongoing government shutdown. SNAP helps about 1 in 8 Americans. NBC News reports the administration will use $4.65 billion in contingency funds to cover roughly half of November's benefits. Officials say it is unclear how much the recipients will receive or when the funds will appear on their cards. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. The 2025 Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights will be held on November 28th. Santa and Mrs. Claus are set to make an appearance. The parade will step off from Centennial Beach and make their way through the downtown area. From Centennial Beach, they'll head east on Jackson before turning north on Webster. The parade will turn left onto Van Buren before coming to a close at Naper Elementary School. The Downtown Naperville Holiday Parade of Lights begins at 7 p.m. on the 28th. Microsoft announced Monday that it will ship more than 60,000 of NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips to the United Arab Emirates under a U.S. Commerce Department-approved deal. The licenses allow the export of NVIDIA's GB300 Grace Blackwell chips for use in UAE data centers. The move comes despite President Donald Trump's recent 60 Minutes comment that such chips would not be sold outside the U.S., including China. On Monday, the Trump administration said it would partially fund food aid payments in Illinois this month following court rulings requiring the government to...
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, rain showers after 11 p.m. with cloudy skies and a low around 48. Gusty winds with speeds up to 30 miles per hour. Looking ahead to Friday, isolated rain showers after 3 p.m. with mostly sunny skies and a high near 62. Currently, it is 52 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on. From PassItOn.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports fan from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And joining me in studio today is Bob Mariner.
Hey there, folks. Good evening.
I almost felt like that intro was a little bit better than the last hour.
Yeah, you're smoothing out a little bit, bud.
Sounds like my voice is maybe rounding into form, if you will.
Brimming with energy over here.
All I needed to do was have Jeff, give me like a little kick in the nodules. I don't know. Kicking the arse, if you will.
No, I said a prayer for you during the break.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yes, please let him go down so I could take over Big Top Sports all on my own, and we will be talking NASCAR 24/7, 365.
Well, I might go that way.
Well, hell. So you brought up a couple weeks back, and not like we've been talking about this, but the 2311 going in on trial. So it's who is it? Michael Jordan's race team.
Michael Jordan owns this race team in conjunction with Denny Hamlin, the guy who I was rooting for to win the championship, became second for the championship. Yeah, that's their race team.
Oh, Michael Jordan's 23, Denny Hamlin's 11. Oh,
correct.
20.
There you go. 23-11. Yeah, they thought really hard on that one.
I got there. So they are involved in suing NASCAR, and apparently what happened on November 5th, which was yesterday.
Correct.
Judge gives a favorable ruling to Cup teams as NASCAR lawsuit trial takes shape.
Yeah, so I guess there was two sections of this federal antitrust lawsuit that they're going for against them, that the Cup teams are going against NASCAR for. Section 1, I guess, is that, they are a monopoly. And Section 2, I guess, that they're going after them for is that they're operating illegally as a monopoly. I guess they're concentrating more on the second part, that
illegally as a monopoly?
Yeah, that they're like, NASCAR is a monopoly, and I guess they're okay with that, but that they're saying they're doing it the wrong way. Legalese is really hard to understand over here. So I guess Section 1, it says here on motorsports.com, Section 1 focuses on actions such as price fixing or bid rigging, and Section 2 addresses a single company, in this case NASCAR, allegedly achieving or maintaining a monopoly through anti-competitive conduct. I guess what we could take from that is that they're like, you can't use your shops to, like I said last week, they need to use their brakes, their suspension, certain things that before in NASCAR used to be able to kind of have a little bit more in-house influence on manufacture your own things.
So according to the CharlotteObserver.com, and this was an article written by Alex Zietlow, I'm just Zietlow, Alex. So according to this, the U.S. District Judge Kenneth Bell granted the team's motion to define the relevant market as, quote unquote, premier stock car racing, end quote, and ruled that NASCAR is the only buyer for the services of, quote, premier stock car racing teams, end quote. NASCAR thus can no longer argue that the Cup teams have the option to compete in other racing series or own teams in other motorsports.
That's us, sir. It's our way of a highway.
So
is that kind of? It almost sounds like with PGA Tour and Liv.
Yeah. So now that I think Liv owns.
Well, I mean,
PGA
now they've had. Now they go back and forth.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen with NASCAR.
But yeah, so basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to According to the article, this makes NASCAR more vulnerable in theory to Cup teams' claims that NASCAR has illegally used its power to keep competition from sprouting in the U.S. So,
I think it doesn't. NASCAR is hurting already. They're just doing more disservice themselves from keeping some of their superstars from exploring other venues. To be able to allow that, I think, would actually bring more attention to the sport. You might have some crossover fans at that point. Some people that maybe normally wouldn't watch NASCAR see somebody race IMSA or Indy or something else.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, then maybe they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll actually check out a race on Sunday, and then they get hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're fighting for these people that you're already not taking care of. It just seems like bad scene altogether.
Well, I mean, and when you're saying that some NASCAR owners are basically, okay, so they're only getting, so they got to pay like what, $147,000 or something?
Yeah. So the number that got thrown out last week was like a chartered team, so a driver, one team, blah blah blah. NASCAR will pay out $141,000 per race. And I guess like the higher end of the Cup Series to race a car in one race, when all said and done with payment for everybody, is around $500,000 to $700,000. And even in the Truck Series, to enter, it's like $200,000 to $500,000, something like that.
And that's just to enter the race.
Like once again, I was listening to Door Bumper Clear on the way in here, and they were dropping numbers for the Truck Series, and like roughly an entire season for a full-time Cup Series driver, you're maybe taking a loss of $5 million throughout an entire season.
How is that? I mean, how is that even sustainable?
Yeah, once again, I'm like, things are coming to light where this is a really broken sport. As much as I love NASCAR, I'm really worried for this sport in the next couple seasons because people are taking losses. I mean, how many NFL players do you hear? They're like, yeah, I lost $5 million last year because I wanted to play in the NFL. Yeah, the only reason they're losing money is because they're pulling out fake guns or pumping their crotch after a touchdown or something, unsportsmanlike conduct. That's where they lose their money. I mean, these guys are still clearing it big. NBA, NHL. I mean, it kills me. It's why NASCAR's got the problem it does now. Nobody's getting paid. The sport itself says we're not making enough money. The teams, they're paying out their own pockets just to race. Pay these people like what it's worth. I mean, they're putting their lives on the line over here, their physical well-being. And I understand that there's passion, and yeah, some of these people got deep pockets, but it's ridiculous. You can't be a top-tier sports star and the very top tier of a national sport and then be getting jobbed like that, having to pay out of your own pocket just to be able to compete and you're on TV every week. I'm like, hey, something's got to change.
Because, I mean, okay, maybe this is the simpleton in me and the way that I'm looking at it. I'll just, let's take baseball, for example. Now, in order to get a new team or whatever, you have to, let's just say, get the approval of all, 30 owners or whatever it is. And they pay in $500 million or something to get in there and all that stuff. Is that not how it is with like NASCAR? I mean, but it's just like the individual. When
you're entering that sport, yeah, you better have some money you're ready to burn. Once you're in it, though, you should at least make a little money. I understand if you're going to be finishing if you're finishing 20th or worse, right. 25th or worse, yeah. Then at that point, I'm like, yeah, you maybe you're paying a little bit, maybe you're breaking even on most of these races
because. Okay.
But if you're getting top 20, top 15, I'm like, you should at least break even or make something per race.
And I get that and I understand that. But as far as like, let's say the media rights or whatever, because all those races, these final races have been broadcast on what, like NBC?
Yeah, they were doing like CW, and they're doing NBC.
So CW, but there's the media rights to it.
Correct.
So I would think out of like the 40, 50 teams.
Well, it's
I don't know.
All that. Well, there's
how many teams are there?
You had 36.
Okay, so
sorry, not 36 teams. I say there's 36 drivers. How many different teams we got now?
Okay, so with my theory here, I mean, considering the fact that there is like we'll just say
we got 15 full-time organizations right now.
Okay, so 15 full-time organizations, and there's obviously more that are in there. But you would think with the media rights deals and the sponsorships that NASCAR brings in, because, well, NASCAR is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
They're their own entity. Yeah.
Yeah, they're their own entity.
The France family has owned it since its inception.
Okay. So with that being said, and I know this is like any owner of any individual company, they want to make their money. So obviously they're going to be making their money. But with that being said, it's like, so if you have the media deal in the very beginning, so this is what each team is going to be getting out of this media deal, and then like all the sponsorship and everything for that. And I understand that each team is their own individual entity, but you would think that they would be taking care of them that way. So then an organization or a team wouldn't be losing $5 million.
I believe the majority of the money they do get from the sponsorships goes back into equipment, and I wouldn't be surprised if NASCAR actually ends up, there's probably a clause in there where they end up taking that money.
Well, that's kind of wild. Well, you are listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. He's Bob Mariner. We will be back on the other side of this break. We're going to start talking some Bears, considering the Bears are going to be taking on the New York Sucks Giants on Sunday at Soldier Field. And hopefully the Bears don't suck this coming weekend.
It's been 3 years since we played them.
But my goodness, should be interesting, that's for sure. Back on the other side.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp them all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
This year, America's First Responders Fest 2025 was a huge success, and we couldn't have done it without the Village of Burlington and Village President Mary Kay Welsen. Your support helped bring the Fox River Valley together in the Village of Hampshire to celebrate the heroes who keep us safe every day. Thank you, Village of Burlington, for standing behind America's First Responders Fest 2025 and for standing with those who serve.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. He's Bob Mariner, and we just got done talking a whole helping of NASCAR, and what we are going to be diving into now is the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Sox. Hopefully they suck against the Chicago Bears.
Oh, they beat us last time.
Yeah.
It was 2022 the last time we ended up. Well, the last time the Bears met up with them. I didn't meet with them.
Yeah, no.
No, they took one look at me and they're like, Bob, we put you on the field. You're I say game over.
Yeah, you're toast. But in Chicago Bears news, the Chicago Bears activated the following player from reserve, injured, designated for return, and that is linebacker Amen Agbangbemiga.
Amen Agbangbemiga. We practiced this a little bit beforehand.
And I still butchered his name.
Well, it's a lot better than when you tried to say his name a couple of weeks ago, where we just said, Amen, Big A, what's up?
Yeah, exactly. Like some of the reporters that we've tried checking out, like, how do you say his name? Yeah, and they just went.
Just like it's spelled, Agbangbemiga.
Yeah. So he is coming back. The 5-year veteran appeared in all 17 games for the Bears last season and shared the team lead with a career-high 11 total special teams tackles.
Hey, how about that? 11, just like Denny Hamlin. There you go.
Yeah, hey, how about that? But that also means that the Chicago Bears waived linebacker Carl Jones Jr. So, hello, welcome back from the injured reserve, or the IL, or the IR. And, but going into other injury news as far as who is hurt for the Bears, and this is through today. So you've got Josh Blackwell, defensive back. He's out with a concussion, did not participate. TJ Edwards, linebacker, hamstring, did not participate. Dominique Robinson did not participate. Joe Tooney, non-injury related rest day. So veteran getting a rest day there. And then Kevin Byard III, he was limited. Roshan Johnson, limited. DJ Moore, limited. Rome Adunze, limited. And then some good news. We've got Luther Burden III. He was a full participant the last couple of days.
Yeah, I want to see this kid do something.
Nice that Grady Jarrett, he was a full participant. Cole Kmet, full participant coming back from the concussion. Kyle Monangai, full participant.
Loving Monangai. I sadly traded him off of my fantasy team right before Swift went out, and this kid's just.
And then DeAndre Swift was also a full participant, so maybe we'll get the Chicago Bears' own Thunder and Lightning.
Well, you get a little Swift in first half, Monangai carrying the second.
Yeah, well,
they've shown a lot of faith in Monangai. I like that, and this Swift coming back off this injury kind of deal. I'm always worried about that. The first game back, you don't want to see something get re-aggravated. So, yeah, I won't be surprised to see a lot of four getting a lot of touches in that first half, and me bring in Kyle.
Yeah, and it should be really good going. Should be, quote unquote, should be. going against the New York Giants, because for the third week in a row, you are talking about a New York Giants run defense, which is 31 in the NFL.
Yeah, and we got D Swift, man.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden we might have a potential thunder and lightning situation with DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai, where, Monangai looked pretty damn good against the Bengals last week.
You know, hey, the Bears players I have traded away seem to do pretty good. Maybe I should.
So keep on doing that.
I'll kick off Caleb off my team this week. I put him on the bench last week, and he did great for me. As a quarterback in fantasy, I would say, please don't give me another heart attack over here, Bears. No more 1-point wins. I mean, I'll take it.
Or last second drives.
Please.
Last minute drives.
There's only so much excitement I can take.
Or 14 points giving up in less than 49 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just saying, they keep it up. I won't have to drink energy drinks anymore. And it'll be all the awakeness I'll need will come from these last minute drives.
Yeah. Absolutely frustrating as all get out. 14 points in 49 seconds or however long it was, but it was less than a minute. I do remember that much. But, Kyle Monangai last week rushing for 176 yards on 26 attempts. Ooh. Good for 6.8 yards. He also had three receptions on the day as well. Thank you. For 22 yards. So all in all, just missed 200 total yards by 2 yards. So I'm really excited about that. And if that's the type of stuff that we need. And I mean, Caleb had the game of the ages last week as well, where, I mean, he threw for over 300 yards. He had a couple of passing touchdowns. He had a receiving touchdown. He rushed for over 50 yards. I mean, that was, here, I got to pull that up because that is absolutely nuts what he was able to do. Let's see. No, I am not looking for that. I'm looking for, good golly, Miss Molly.
Well, here's an interesting stat I just pulled up over here. Ben Johnson's Chicago Bears have only punted 26 times through 8 games this season, the lowest amount by a Bears team in the Super Bowl era. I wonder what they mean by that, by Super Bowl era.
Okay. Well,
since 85?
Well, no, since like the Super Bowl one.
Since
the leagues converged.
That's been a long time.
Yeah. So, last week, Caleb Williams passed for 280 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. He was sacked twice. He had a quarterback rating, his not highest one, but it was 114.8. He rushed 5 times for 53 yards. And, he also received a couple of passes and a reception on a touchdown. So that was
pretty cool.
Yeah. and that was the first time in a long time that there was a line like that for a quarterback, going all the way back to Jim McMahon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you're talking a long, long time ago. We'll continue the Bears talk on the other side of this break. We'll also get to the Blackhawks and Bulls. Man, hell of a comeback by the Chicago Bulls the other day. That is for damn sure.
Chicago.
Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This is simply brought to you by Sky Rizzi. The Kendall County Sheriff's Office received a federal grant for the 2026 fiscal year to support traffic safety campaigns, according to officials. Funded through the Illinois Department of Transportation, the grant reimburses the Sheriff's Office for deputies' hours spent on enforcement aimed at reducing crashes and saving lives. The office plans to focus on campaigns like Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over and Click It or Ticket, targeting impaired driving, seatbelt use, and speeding, especially during high-risk times such as St. Patrick's Day and Memorial Day. Officials say the funding will help ensure road safety by holding traffic law violations violators accountable. A fire destroyed a house in the 400 block of Grant Place in Aurora early Thursday morning after flames broke out in the attic. Aurora police helped evacuate 2 residents and their dogs, but thick smoke made it impossible to clear the other units. Firefighters battled flames on the second floor and attic, conducting extensive searches and overhaul before the blaze was fully controlled. Utilities were shut off, the home was deemed uninhabitable, and the Red Cross assisted the displaced tenants with temporary shelter. Federal agencies have issued new recalls affecting both food and medicine, including over 580,000 bottles of the blood pressure drug prazosin hydrochloride due to potential contamination with the cancer-causing chemical. Food recalls include California peaches for possible listeria contamination, as well as parsley and chicken products over salmonella concerns. The recalls were announced by the FDA, USDA, Consumer Product Safety Commission, and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Companies involved, such as Teva Pharmaceuticals and Amerisource Health Systems, issued voluntary nationwide recalls to protect customers. 2 federal judges in Massachusetts and Rhode Island ruled Friday that the Trump administration must keep funding SNAP, the nation's largest food assistance program, during the government shutdown by using emergency reserves. The decision allows the administration to decide whether to fund the program partially or fully for November. The USDA had planned to halt SNAP payments on November 1st. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte, get festive with an iced gingerbread chai, or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by RainX. Tonight, rain showers after 11 p.m. with cloudy skies and a low around 48. Windy conditions with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, isolated rain showers after 3 p.m. Mostly sunny with a high near 62. Currently, it is 52 and overcast. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at RainX. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how RainX is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. RainX. Outsmart the elements.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting just for you. Big time sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, the sick one, Derrick Geyer. And also in studio today, it is Bob Mariner.
Hey, folks. And when Derrick says sick, he means like he's totally sick, man. Like he's so cool.
Yeah, so cool. And like, not like 6'7".
Hey.
6'7".
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Hey. Aren't you a little old for that stuff?
No, I'm right in the wheelhouse for that Smurf.
Yeah. Hey, all you kids out there, the 6'7" stuff belongs to us old people now, so you could drop it. We made it uncool for you. All right.
Yeah, because we were born in the late 1900s.
That is true.
Take that. And if you want to see my sickly face, you could tune into youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. If you want to join in on the phone lines, we'll be talking about Bears, Bulls, and Blackhawks, not necessarily in that order, but that is 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. And as we are going into, what is it, week 10 already? My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Week 10. Chicago Bears are taking on the New York Sucks Giants. Hopefully they continue that trend of sucking against the Bears this week because, well, I think the Bears defense needs a little bit of help on that end of things, and I just hope that the offense of the New York Giants isn't that good.
Time will tell.
But, yeah, exactly. It's really been a crapshoot as far as the last few weeks have been concerned. I went from very high on, Bears getting 10 or 11 wins on the season to, oh, dear God, I hope they just get like 9.
You took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, okay, I could go back. I could go down to 9. I'll take 9.
I mean, in all honesty, they should have, woulda, shoulda, coulda. We know that they should have won that first game against the Minnesota Vikings.
You're this deep in. There's no good way to predict now. It's
no, absolutely not.
With the injuries and
so many injuries.
Rookies coming in and being put in places. Who knows if they're going to get the touches? Who knows how chemistry is going to work between quarterbacks and some certain players over here? It's we're not at practice. Not everything ends up coming to light on social media over here. I would really like to be a fly in the wall, though, in the locker room. And
excuse me,
during Wednesday and Thursday practices, seeing kind of like what's really going on, because there's we see the great plays. What we don't see is the personal relationships between people on teams. You can have a great wide out or a tight end, and if there's a little the people playing on the team ain't necessarily seeing eye to eye. It doesn't matter if you got a great QB, a great wide out or something. It's just the connection ain't going to be made right there.
No, absolutely. And it's just kind of funny that this week, we had another father in the media talking about how his son needs to get the ball more, or how he needs to be more active in the role playing of it. And, oh, okay.
Is that like when you get in trouble and you're like, Mom, can you
Mr. Odunze, please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. For the simple fact that when Rome was targeted a couple of times in the game and he drops a ball, then a first down pass, then he drops a touchdown pass, and it's not like he wasn't targeted.
No, you got your chance.
And he has been Caleb's best option.
Well, yeah, it's surprising to me to hear him say stuff like that when I'm like, I pretty much hearing your name called a lot during these games.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're like, is he even on the field? No, you're playing, dude.
Yeah,
come on.
if there was ever a person that might have been like, where in the world is, DJ Moore? Where's he been? I mean, Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland.
There's a lot of Bears fans who are dying for Moore to get traded.
Oh, well, that's not happening. Maybe in the offseason.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure.
A little late for that.
Yeah.
I know. I kept me along with everybody else kept on refreshing their Twitter feed on Tuesday. We're like, all right, another half an hour, another 20 minutes. I'm like, where's this news going to break?
Yeah, and I couldn't have seen that happening. I just couldn't have.
Oh,
because you're taking. I mean, granted, he hasn't necessarily been, one of the biggest weapons.
I liked him better.
Year.
I liked him better when we had Fields. He had your 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah. Well,
I think that speaking of chemistry once again.
Yeah.
There was chemistry there. I didn't necessarily don't think that he's got that with Caleb Williams.
No.
And maybe that may just boil down to an age thing.
Could be.
And maybe maybe he's like, hey, I'm not listening to this young kid who paints his nails and stuff like that,
Well, I don't know. That's kind of hearsay, one way or the other as far as that goes.
Well, that's my speculation. I've not drawn that from anywhere but my own head. So.
Okay, fair enough.
I understand some old timers maybe aren't as hip with this,
No, and I, personally, I mean, I kind of laughed at it a little bit, but then again, I'm like, well, if my nieces wanted to paint my nails, then okay, I guess I'm getting my nails painted. They also braided my hair and put like the little cute pink bobby bow pins or whatever in my hair. I've got pictures to prove it too.
I know, just too bad you're not a number 1 draft pick over here.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if that were only the case.
If I was picking radio,
I'm not even the number 1 pick on my own station here. That's Susie C. and Elliot the L Train Serrano on the WRMN morning show every Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m.
I'd love to meet Susie C. again. I've only gotten to meet her once over at Newman's Public House.
No.
Oh,
Newman's Corner Pub.
I was calling it Newman's Zone for a while too. Newman's Corner Pub. What a sweetheart. I would love to meet her again. Great radio.
Yeah, she's fun. She's wacky. She's blonde. She's, yeah.
Are we going to be doing any more of those them Bears pregame things? You got any more of those coming up at some point?
I would love to know. I mean, the one that would really make sense for me would be the Black Friday one against the Philadelphia Eagles on Friday.
Oh, that would be fun time.
I think the game starts at like 2.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
And, find a location or whatever to get the shows.
Hey, anybody out there, any local bars, business owners, maybe want to do a little radio, maybe hit up Derrick, reach out to WRMN.
I would absolutely love it. It's a fun time, and
I had a blast last time we did that.
Yeah, and I mean, even if we see, and that's the thing, we have fun doing it. I know I do, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that would most likely want to come out.
Oh, yeah, little community involvement never helps.
And the thing of it is, though, it's like the couple of events that we've done over there at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire is the simple fact that it comes like 2 weeks out or a week and a half out or a week out. So we can't really, and maybe we do a bad job. And I'm pointing the thumbs here. I'm pointing the thumbs.
Like
What
are you talking about?
I do a bad job of like publicizing where we're going or where we're going to be at.
Yeah, I'll throw out a little more on my Facebook over here.
Because, I mean, it is a fun time. That very first one that we did for the Monday night game, when the Bears took on the Minnesota Vikings and we were at Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, we had one hell of a turnout.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fun. Now, the second one, it was still fun. Not quite as big as a turnout as we would have liked to.
Oh, you guys missed out on me.
Yeah, right. We missed out on you. But then again, I also didn't do like the publicity like I probably should have done, or the sports department should have done.
Well,
But that being said,
we get a Bears win this Sunday. Pump it up a little bit more for.
But any of those island games, if you will. So any of those, because make no mistake about it, day after Thanksgiving, that is an island game.
Oh, yeah.
That is the only game that we'll be playing in that time slot, whatever, same thing. But even still, Black Friday, what are you going to do? You're going to go out with the mass of humanity? A lot of people aren't going out with the mass of humanity these days.
Get your shopping done online. Amazon's already hitting the deals over here, man.
Exactly. So, I mean, why not come out and nurse your Thanksgiving Day hangover with some Bloody Marys at a listening watch party event and have some fun and we could all get pissed off at the Chicago Bears all at the same time.
Yeah, man, misery loves comedy. Yeah, say, any you guys listen out there, and ladies, go ahead, hit us up on our socials. Let us know this might be something you're interested in. I mean, we got it cooking again over here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any of the downtown Elgin eateries, I mean, they're the Martini Bar, that was a fun place on Nightmare on Chicago Street.
Oh boy, yeah, I missed out on the Nightmare on Chicago Street. I'm gonna have to check that out again next year. It looked beautiful, all the decorations they had put up here a few weeks ago.
Oh, it was fan-freaking-tastic.
It was definitely spooky feeling in downtown E.
Yeah, and then talking to some of the waiters and waitresses at some of these places, it's like, oh yeah, we would love to do that.
Oh, you get the real
let's
people.
Do it.
Hey,
let's do it. I mean, I don't know like when the liquor licenses are, but I mean a special event or whatever. Hell, come on in, Bloody Mary time. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have a problem. I say that's as long as the game ain't starting at 8:00 in the morning. I know we got some more London games coming up again.
Oh, I'm so sick and tired of those.
Yes, that's good for them to try to expand their viewership and everything. It's unfortunately you lost out on a lot of people who'll be sleeping in on Sunday.
Yeah, or
going to church as you should be.
Well, on a Friday, I'm not so sure. Maybe you're just going to be praying to the porcelain god after that big old Thanksgiving meal. But instead of moving on to the customary, quarter of the hour break, I'm just going to be moving on to the Blackhawks taking on the Canucks this past, what was it, yesterday?
It was this past yesterday.
Yeah, this past yesterday. I'm doing very good here. And this is the hat-trick goal by Tyler Bertuzzi. Nope, you did not hear that right. Nope, I am not hallucinating. Tyler Bertuzzi actually scored a hat trick in last night's game against the Vancouver Sucks Canucks.
Yeah.
Ryan Donato off the bench. Picks up the puck at the blue line. Skates it in deep. Sees it up for Crevier. Loose puck Bertuzzi for the hat trick. Scores. Tyler Bertuzzi with a 3-goal third period.
Canucks defense. We're trying to clear the front of the net and find that puck as well. Donato is going to do the stop and start, and it bounces off Lankinen and Myers at the same time. And Bertuzzi's just going to wait and then rip it upstairs.
Yeah, and that was courtesy of NHL.com on YouTube.
Yeah, you see it right there. Bertuzzi gets that rebound, man.
Yeah, he
stick handles 1-2. He waits just a little bit for the goalie not to get back up and sends it home. 3-goal third period for that guy. In fact, no goals in that game till the third period.
Yeah, all the scoring done in the third period. The Blackhawks win 5-2?
Yeah, that was a 5-2 game. We had Mr. Bertuzzi, Tyler Bertuzzi, hat trick in the third period, 3 goals on the night for him. You had Ilya Mikheyev with a goal getting in there, and then
Connor Bedard cashing in with the empty netter at the end to really seal the deal.
What's he got, like 16 and 15 games right now? Guys going point a game over here.
Yeah, not bad.
And how about the man of the hour, the man of the night, Spencer Knight, 43 saves, 45 shots attempted. Oh man! If it hadn't been for him, that would have been it. I mean, especially there was a disallowed goal from Vancouver in the second period as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see him get a shutout, but 43 saves, and not to mention an assist on that last goal by Bedard. He had a nice little sauce, and Bedard ended up putting it home for that empty netter to make it 5-2.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah,
although it is kind of funny. I mean, well, not kind of funny. I mean, I'm sure he would have wished that he would have had the shutout after facing all those shots. But when you're talking about it, that first goal that he allowed versus the Vancouver Canucks, man, I don't know if he was just like tired or whatnot. But
that's exhaustion at that point. You've seen that many pucks.
It looked like an absolute just like soft goal where he wasn't expecting the shot. I'm not exactly sure, but he just, I don't know.
I think once you get to around 30 saves, you figure, okay, I can let one go.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, 43 saves on the night's as good as a shutout to me. All right.
Hey, I mean,
you're a young talent like that. I'm not going to ask too much. What I will ask is that these guys start closing the door in OT. It's kind of breaking my heart over here.
Yeah, some much needed and much lost points there in overtime.
The 17th, the shootout loss against the Canucks. The 19th, we had an OT win. That's good against the Ducks. I mean, that's
OT loss against the Edmonton Oilers.
OT against the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, I know it's.
But see, here's the thing right now, and the Blackhawks until last night they lost 4 or 5 games. So now
it's been a tough road trip over here. So we got 2 left. We got the Flames, which they're not doing too hot.
No,
that's an understatement. They're the worst in the NHL right now.
Worst in the NHL with only 10 points on the season. And for those of you that don't know, for every win that you get 2 points. So they've only won 5 games, hence the 10 points. But they are last in all of the NHL with only 10 points, so 5 victories on the season. It's just a matter of whether or not the Blackhawks are going to play down to the Calgary Sox Flames level.
I mean, they've been all over the place on this road trip. I mean, by all means, they should be able to beat these guys. I know Dickinson's out right now, and we called up Blackhawks called up Oliver Moore. I don't think he did much last night. We'll see if he shows up in one of these last 2 games over here. I know can't expect anything from a call up during that first game, maybe 2 or 3. I know we got
Well, it also depends on what Blashill's doing as far as rotating the lines and getting the kids in there, because we all know that if you're a rookie, you're coming up, and I am a proponent of play them. If you're calling them up, they're there for a reason. Play them.
No, that was my problem with the Bears for the first handful of games with the Bears. Is I'm like, get these kids out here instead of like waiting in the fourth quarter to give them a little shot. Start them out now. Get them comfortable. Let's rock and roll over here.
Get them acclimated. Get them some ice time. I mean, that 6-3 loss that the Blackhawks had against the Winnipeg Jets.
I knew that was happening.
The Winnipeg Jets just look like. I mean, they look like they didn't look like they kicked the hell out of the Chicago Blackhawks.
It's a great hockey club.
There's no doubt in my mind who was the better team that night.
You're in line.
Then they hung tough against the Edmonton Oilers, who had a couple of their big players out.
I was impressed in that game. I was extremely impressed to go up against the Edmonton Oilers and to take it to OT.
Yeah.
Interesting thing over here, too. Top 2 point getters in the NHL right now. One of them's on the Oilers.
Yep.
Mr. Connor McDavid. The other one is on the second worst team in the NHL, the San Jose Sharks. Macklin Celebrini.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. Won 21 points on the season so far, tied with McDavid, and he's got to be on a team full of choke artists over there. Sorry to San Jose, you're my second favorite hockey team, but oh boy.
Yeah, that's a rough look. And then I did not see the Kraken, so I did not catch any of the game highlights for that. But then yesterday, all the scoring took place in the third period with the 5-2 victory for the Canucks. And I mean, Tyler Bertuzzi, say what you will about him, but he is that greasy gopher in the crease.
He looks like a hockey player from the 70s. Every time you see that big old smile,
really
he's missing one of them front teeth. He's got that flow. He looks like he should be playing for the Charlestown Chiefs. He'd be right at home in the Slapshot movie.
Yeah. And then, since well, since we've only got a couple minutes, left, moving on to the Chicago Bulls. And my goodness, coming back from a 24-point deficit in order to win, and that was on Monday. And as I was going off the air, I almost wish that I didn't, say the score. But I mean, as I was talking, the Bulls were down 24 points. And with 3.2 seconds left in the game, Josh Giddey gets the ball down in the corner. And it was absolutely beautiful. So now all of a sudden, the Bulls are also with one of the best records in the NBA. And take a listen.
It's Giddey on Grimes to the hoop. Boots it. It's Giddey time. Point game. Josh Giddey time. He said enough. 12 seconds left. Giddey on the inbound from Jones. It's Oubre on him. Carter sets up a screen. Giddey races to the basket. Fires it out. Vucevic the shot. Vucci Main for three. Vucci Main steps up again.
Yeah, Xfinity picture quote. And that was courtesy of the NBA on YouTube. So
yeah, this Australian kid, Josh Giddey, man. Guess who he joined the ranks of?
I don't know. You tell me.
The GOAT, Michael Jordan. Tuesday night, Giddey became only the second player in franchise history to post 2 consecutive triple doubles. The only other person to have done that in the franchise history is Michael Jordan.
Give me the stat line.
Let's see. Giddey posted 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Yep.
In that overcoming of a 24-point deficit.
And Nikola Vucevic, he also finished with a double-double, scoring 19 points and 10 rebounds, including that decisive three-pointer at the very end of the game with 3.2 seconds left to seal the deal. And the Bulls are, don't look now, they're 6-1.
Another little record for Giddey, too. One that he's on the way towards. So he's got 9 triple-doubles already in a Bulls uniform. 6 away from eclipsing Mr. Scottie Pippen for second on the all-time leaderboard for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Hey, it was a good move we got getting this guy back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was worth all that money, but 6-1, how can you really compare right now?
Keep her rolling.
Keep her rolling, that is for sure. You are listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN. I'm Derrick Geyer. He's Bob Mariner. Don't forget, we've got the WRMN morning show coming up tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 a.m. We've also got Fantasy Football Blitz with David Tees and John Payne. On Saturday morning, there might be a special guest in there as well, a certain 8th grader. They are coming up from 9 to 10. And then we've also got On the Rise with Mike Napolitano and company. This is WRMN 1410 AM.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the